Virtual reality modeling language or markup language, it's a kind of language in order to do the modeling. You can use many applications. You can use Notepad++, you can use Notepad itself or any text editing software, or you can download VRML pad and then install this application in order to create your own model. I just downloaded the VRML pad from this web page, Parallel Graphics, and then now I'm just going to install this application on this computer, and then we will see how we can do the modeling in VRML. And after installation, just we click finish, and then the application is already installed now. So this is the interface of the VRML pad, and you can type the simple text language of the VRML in this environment for describing 3D shapes and interactive environments, and also VRML text files. The extension for this kind of file is WRL, and also you can visualize it via web and internet. It is possible to use the VRML in browsers such as Cartuna via Cartuna, or VRML plugins in HTML browsers. Both of them you can apply and use it. Okay, this is the environment of the VRML pad. But the main purpose, why we do actually we need to learn VRML. The main reason the VRML is a actually tool which is which can be used for interoperability. It means that converting different 3D formats from one format to another format. You can import VRML to X3D. You can import VRML to many other 3D environments. This is why the best thing in the first step is to learn VRML, Virtual Reality Markup Language or Modeling Language. In the first step, actually, we are going to discuss about the comment, how to create a comment. If we put the number sign in front of the line, it becomes a single line comment. For example, if I select all of this from here up to here, so which means that everything, and I want to make it comment. Easily I can make all of them comment, and then it will not be run anymore. Okay, but for the simple geometries, how to create the simple geometries? Actually, to create a cylinder, it's easy. You can type shape, and then the syntax is case sensitive. You have to be careful not to make any mistake. Appearance, again, appearance. It's exactly like this. You have to type it down, and when you open, immediately you close it and try to be to have a nice indents. Okay, and then material. It comes exactly like this. The object of material, open and close immediately, not to make any mistake. So in shape, so after appearance, material, now we have the geometry. Okay, what is the geometry? Geometry can be cylinder or whatever. Cylinder, oh sorry, geometry, cylinder, and then what are the important parameters for the cylinder? Actually, we need the height and the radius, right? Height, let's say 5, and then radius, let's say 3, and then done, finished. So easily we can run it, save it, and then go ahead. So we have it. In order to navigate, you can right click and then navigate. For example, examine, you can rotate it like this using left button of the mouse, and then you can see your actually cylinder. Okay, now if you want to make a actually box, it's the same thing. It's instead of using geometry cylinder, now you have to use box. Okay, enter, and then the box, not height and radius but the size. So we have size, enter, let's say 135. Okay, and then debug and run the program. Immediately you will see your box there. And now if you want to create a cone, again as simple as this one, you just, instead of box, you put cone, enter. Make sure that you have to be careful about the capital letters, and because the VRML, as I mentioned, is case sensitive. Now what are the parameters that we need for the cone? We need height, let's say 5, 4, and bottom radius, let's say 2, and then we run it. Then this is your cone that you have it. Creating sphere also is as easy as this one. Instead of cone, you can put the keyword sphere, enter, and then for the sphere I don't need the height and bottom radius, I only need radius, right? So radius maybe 4, and then run it. So you have the sphere. Now you can also use the combination of all of these things in order to create a very complex shape. For example, let me just run this program, and then you will see that the fit it. So you have a combination of all of these things in one file, VRML file. So which means that there are many let's say one sphere and many cylinders plus one box to create them in the middle of the world. So this is what you can do. For example, here you can see that the appearance, material box, and then sphere, and then cylinder, again another cylinder, again another cylinder, and another cylinder, that you can create this geometry easily. How to create text? Actually, to create the text is not that difficult. Let me first make this shape completely a kind of comment, and then this one I remove the comment so that the computer will run this part. Okay, now this one is not the comment anymore. So actually, if we want to create the geometry text, we can use font style. The font style can be typewriter, or can be sans, can be serif in a family. And in the style you can use bold, italic, or plain. And the size you can also define, spacing also you can define, and also justify, begin and first, and horizontal, true or left to right, true, and left to top to bottom also true. It can be false as well. So if we run this program, okay, we have this actually text in 3D. Okay, so what is the node which is called transform, and can we remove this transform node? Of course we can remove. So I can make this one completely as a comment, as it can be seen here. So I can select from transform up to here, up to the, yeah, this actually, and make it comment. So it means that no more transformation, no more rotation, nothing. It will be created exactly in the middle of the word. Okay, so this one I'm going to make it comment. Okay, so what are we going to do? Make it comment, and then the rest also should become comment, right? So what are the rest? Actually from here up to if I'm not mistaken, yeah, this one should be comment for sure. Yeah, children, yeah, and then we have also transform. So this one and this one should be a comment. So let me select these two and make them comment, and now I can run the program. Now it's in the middle of the word without rotation, so there is no actually translation. Okay, so as you can see, instead of typewriter, you can select serif, sans, and different family type for the font, and also for the style you can select bold, italic, or bold italic, or plain. So these are the things that you can create a 3D text. And if you want to actually transform it, for example, transform it from some place to another place, then you can or rotate it. You can use this option. I'm just removing the actually comment, as you can see here, and also the comment for this one. So instead for this is the angle, actually it means that rotated around Z angle 0.60 degree. Yeah, so it can, if the one is on Y, it means that rotated around Y angle, and if the Y is here, means that rotated around. And if we put this and this both 1, it means that rotate around Y angle and then Z angle. So this is the reason, I mean this is the result. So and then if you run it, you see that we have a rotation around Z angle and Y angle. Okay, now in addition to rotation, as you can see in transform, we have also other options inside the transform, and the transform also can be a kind of nested based system. It means that you can have another transform node within the transform node and continue like this, because each geometry that you are creating can be actually transformed in respect to that geometry, the previous geometry. Okay, so rotation, and also you have the translation, and also you have the scale size. Translation and size that you can use within the transform. Sorry, not size but scale. Sorry, scale. That you can use here. But in a rotation, actually, translation, actually you need three parameters. Let's say 2, 3, 6. Okay, for the scale also you need 3 parameters. So overall there are 9 parameters. 3 parameters for the rotation based on x or y or z axis, and 3 parameters for the translation, and also 3 parameters for the scale. And then if you run the actually program, so you have the VRML, which is actually rotated, translated, and also, as you can see, it's the scale changed.